The history of Japan's occupation of Korea is a pivotal period that has shaped the socio-political landscape of the Korean peninsula and its relationship with its neighbors. Please like, share, and subscribe. The occupation officially began on August 22, 1910, when the Japan-Korea Treaty was signed, albeit under pressure, leading to Korea's annexation by the Japanese Empire. The influence and implications of this 35-year occupation continue to resonate in both nations today. Prelude to occupation before its annexation, Korea was a kingdom that had maintained its independence for centuries. However, by the late 19th century, geopolitical pressures and internal turmoil weakened its stance. Japan, having adopted Western technologies and ways promptly after the Meiji Restoration, was looking to expand its influence and saw Korea as a strategically important location. The First Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895, and the Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, were key events that furthered Japan's grasp over Korea. Post these conflicts, Korea found itself increasingly isolated and unable to resist foreign pressures. The Annexation Treaty of 1910, while portrayed as a mutually agreed arrangement, was in reality enforced through Japan's military and political pressure. Many historians argue that the treaty was signed without legitimate Korean consent, as Emperor Sunjong, under duress, affixed his seal to an agreement favorable to Japanese dominion. The treaty dismantled the Korean monarchy and led to the installment of a Japanese governor-general in Korea, laying the groundwork for direct colonial rule. Life under occupation Japan implemented policies aimed at assimilating Korea into its empire. Korean language and culture were suppressed, with Japanese institutions taking root. Schools were used to promote Japanese language and identity, while traditional Korean customs were discouraged. Koreans required Japanese names, and worship of the Japanese emperor was mandated. Despite such harsh controls, Korean intellectuals and activists tirelessly worked to preserve their culture. Economic exploitation. Economically, Japan initiated a dual structure that controlled Korean agricultural production to feed Japan's growing industrial demands. Infrastructural developments like railways and roads in Korea were primarily designed to extract resources efficiently rather than for local benefit. Additionally, Korean land and labor were exploited, with large tracts of arable land being taken by Japanese settlers, causing widespread poverty among Koreans. The independence movement. Korean resistance to Japanese rule was persistent, culminating in significant movements such as the March 1st movement of 1919. This peaceful protest was met with severe crackdown by Japanese authorities, but ignited further internal and international support for Korean independence.